Hello, welcome to the last year podcast. I am Andre Kahn, and this is
Bennett Hart.
And that's right. We're going to be talking today about anything.
That's correct. So one of the first things I wanted to talk about, I sent you a video on Instagram today. It's a 13-year-old who scammed like a ton of people with like some kind of cryptocurrency. He made $30,000 in a matter of minutes. I don't know exactly how, but I think he got a lot of people to invest in this specific coin, like a cryptocurrency. And then he did so basically the value of it like shot up really fast, and then he just did like a rug pull and like sold everything. I'm pretty sure. I don't even know how that works exactly, but he's only 13 and he made a lot of money, and I think people are pretty pissed.
I thought it was funny because he was like all hyped that he made like 20 grand or whatever.
Yeah.
But a lot of people in the comments were saying like if he didn't do that, then like it would have been worth millions or something.
I feel like, yeah, I guess that's possible, but I feel like it's really hard to predict that type of thing, like cryptocurrencies, but I feel like he probably made the right move when it comes to making money for himself. He was pretty messed up. But I do think it worked out for him so far. I don't know. I think this was literally a few days ago, and I think people are pretty upset actually. So I don't know if he'll face any repercussions. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, he created the like the version of the coin or whatever, right? Like
I don't know.
I think he did.
Really?
I thought that's what
That's
the thing
pretty
he said.
impressive.
He like created a certain coin or whatever, and then somehow made a lot of money off
Pump
of it.
and dump. That's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't quite understand. I don't think anyone that watched that video like understood fully.
Yeah, probably most people didn't, like, unless you're really into the crypto world and you're like actively putting money there.
Are, right?
No. No. I have some investments, some very minor investments, but it's just like some random companies that I thought were cool. Yeah. And I keep an eye out. Like I've been getting headlines like this year of like, is it like Bitcoin? Is that the one that keeps like just breaking records? Like now one Bitcoin is worth like $92,000 or something crazy. And it just keeps rising. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah. Another thing that I was wondering, so when we started this podcast, like at the beginning, I was like, yeah, like, of course I'm going to watch these when they come out. Like, do you think you will? Because I was thinking about it, and I don't know if I will.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be funny to watch with you, but I don't know if I would sit through a whole one by myself.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like, yeah, I'd say realistically, we could expect like 3 people to watch. Do you think even 3 people, like besides us, would watch through like everything, every episode? Yeah, I might be setting the bar too high, honestly.
I don't know. I feel like there's probably gonna be like one of your followers that's like very dedicated, and
Yeah.
they'll probably watch it. And
Yeah.
then us, and then
It could be. There's a guy that comments on all my videos. I should pull up his name because he deserves this.
Oscar Ben Goats.
Yeah, he might be on it. VR guy, maybe, perhaps. Oscar Ben Goats.
Maybe it's me, foe.
It's, oh my god, yeah. It's I don't know, like for me originally I was like, oh, of course I'm gonna like watch back all of this, and like as it goes on I'm like, okay, like that's kind of a lot of like yapping, and also like I don't want to be living in like such an echo chamber, you know, where like a year from now all I ingest is like my own thoughts, you know. From a year ago, it's like actively stagnating myself in my mind. Like no progress would come from that.
I think the longer it goes on, the more fun it's going to be to watch. Like,
Yeah.
If it's been 10 years, we're probably going to want to watch the whole thing.
You think so?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
That's even more of a time capsule. Like,
It's-
we're probably going to forget anything we talked about.
That's
Forget
true.
anything that was going on at the time.
Jolts, that's his name.
Huh.
Shout out Jolts. If you're watching right now, wow, dude, I appreciate the support. That's like, it's pretty wild. Well, it's interesting because a lot of the time, like, I would see like online different creators and stuff talking about not watching any of their old stuff. Like Casey Neistat does not watch any of his old videos, which for the longest time, it's been like impossible for me to understand why. Because I love watching my old stuff. It's like fun and like has memories, and it's like, yeah, I put work into this thing. Like, I'm pretty proud of it or whatever. So I've never understood it, but this is the first time where I kind of get it. But you know, that's just for like a podcast like this. Like, I don't know, if I listen to it next year, then I might just start thinking all the same things, and then I might start saying no more things. And like if I kept this thing going, which I probably won't, like after a year, but then it's like just an endless loop.
Or like if you do watch it back, maybe hearing your old thoughts will like help you realize like, wow, like why was I thinking that way, or why am I currently thinking that way? Like now that I'm hearing myself talk that way, like
that's true.
So it could have the opposite effect. Like watching it's not just going to make you instantly lock in with the same mindset.
That's true.
Probably will have the opposite effect.
Huh.
Like whenever I watch videos of myself from the past, I'll always be like, like that's interesting that I was doing that for some reason, or like I always feel like I have some bit of knowledge that I didn't have in the past.
That's good. I think that makes sense.
Also, I just thought of an interesting idea. So say you wanted to start a YouTube channel, and it's definitely possible if you wanted to, you could make the production value like very, very high and make it as professional as possible.
Okay.
Maybe get like a camera like Jack's, for example. Just make the editing very clean. You have like maybe a studio or a set that you constantly use. So make it look as professional as possible, and almost try and, even though you just created the YouTube account, just almost try and fool people that you come from some other successful thing. Like maybe you have a giant business. And I'm sure if the video quality was good enough, I'm sure people would start subscribing. They'd be like, oh, because that's sort of what happened with me with that one guy, like Benny. Benny, Stories of Benny. I was like, this guy must have either created some kind of videos in the past, and it turns out he did. Like that was like his job, like making video productions of some sort. Yeah. So I think that's like an interesting thing. Like, if you make it as professional as possible, you could probably gain a lot of subs very fast.
That's the whole idea of like faking it until you make it. Like, because if you like come off as like, oh yeah, I have all this experience, like I have some sort of authority, like some good like, and it's I feel like it is fairly easy to kind of fake that without blatantly without lying. Like you could still make it seem like you know what you're talking about. So
maybe you should do that.
You should do that. I'm not doing that.
Too late for me, but maybe you should.
Why is it too late?
I've already put out too many like cringe videos.
Oh no, I thought cringe wasn't real.
Well, that's still up in the air.
Okay.
Because I finally found a video I think is cringe that I was showing you at the soccer game, or maybe after, of that one kid. Maybe we should. Did you ever watch that? I sent you like, what is?
I don't think I did. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've thought a bit more about cringe. Like, I don't know. For me, like if I can not call something cringe, like I'll probably not. But it's harder. Like if I see somebody acting very fake, I think that to me can come off as cringe. But I don't know.
Okay.
Also, this is like the latest podcast we've done, right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of tired.
I think it's always either been at around 3, or maybe like the first one was at 10 or something.
Yeah. Did you find it? Yeah. All right, I'll put it on screen. Oh.
I am Danny, and we are not the same person. I am Drew.
Yeah, it's like
like it's almost like he's just trying to act like older, and like that is something that always annoys me.
I don't know. I feel very mixed on this. Like, also you got to send me like
And it
literally.
also seems like these videos he's making are he doesn't like realize what he's doing.
But is the feeling cringe, or is it like you feel bad for him?
No, I don't really feel bad for him. Like, he's getting a lot of views, and I think that's really cool.
But like, you don't think you think his parent is just like filming him and telling him what to do?
No, I just feel like he's making these videos, and he just doesn't realize, like, that the way they come across, like, because he's just... I don't understand it completely. What do you think?
Yeah, like, also, yeah, like you have to send me every single one of these so that they can watch. All right, what do I think? Like, I definitely can see how it would come off as cringe. Like, I definitely do. I definitely don't like calling it cringe, like, cause like, I don't know. I just feel like it's me taking like a negative stance towards this guy, which like I don't want to do. But I could see like how it's cringe. But I don't know if I'd call it cringe.
And just called it cringe in a way that protects himself.
I guess. But I don't know. Like I definitely. I was talking to Amelia about this like 2 podcasts ago or something, and and yeah, I feel like she had a much more nuanced answer than either of us had even like imagined in our brains.
What does that mean?
Just, like more complicated, like, because you and I were just like, no, it does not exist. I don't know if we said that, but we were fairly strong, like, headed with that. And she said, like, yeah, like, the feeling definitely exists, but she was saying she doesn't think that it should, like, stop you from expressing yourself and stuff.
I think that's the way, like, both of our thoughts, like, started. And then we just went down this, like, very deep rabbit hole that, like,
but
starting to not make any sense.
I still feel like it's possible that it makes sense, but I need to think about it more. And like, yeah, because it is interesting to me. I don't know, man. Are you signed up for all your classes next year?
Yeah, I might change some things around, but are you?
Let me level with you, son. So, I literally would not sign up for a single class next semester if it weren't for this one thing. Because, so my mom has like an education plan. So it's basically like a set amount of money that I could use like as long as I'm in school, like getting an education. And so like basically I've decided that I'm definitely at least gonna, I want to like take a break from school, maybe permanently. And like literally the only reason that I might take classes next semester is so that I could access some of that money. Which, is that messed up? I don't know. But I kind of don't think so. I don't know. Maybe it is. I guess you could let me know what you think about that.
I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, but
I think that's a good idea.
To take a class?
Yeah. Like, in the words of Mr. Shaw, you can take however bloody long you want.
Yeah. But again, in the words of Mr. Shaw, you can take as bloody long as you want. Like I could just not take any class.
And like, why though?
Because I don't want to. Because I feel like I could put all of my time into making videos and like working on stuff that I actually want to do.
You could try it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, because you
no
already
harm.
have like a good amount of time right now.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know. I feel like even if you are slightly behind or whatever, I don't even know if you are, but so am I, and like most people are.
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's true.
You can just keep it going if you want.
Like school?
Yeah, like it can only help. Like if you just have one other thing.
Yeah, that's true. I'm definitely at a point where it doesn't matter if I stop taking classes and then come back. Like, like nothing's gonna be affected basically. So yeah, and like to me, it's like it's very clear like that I should stop taking classes because like yeah, I get that I have like a lot of time or whatever, but like I would have even more time.
And you think you would use it like as well as you think you would use it?
Yeah, I do, and like I'm very excited. Yeah.
And why don't you like taking classes?
Because like literally, I don't even want to become like a director. Like I literally like.
Well, you don't have to.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of stuff that I could do. But like, I guess so far from what I've heard, there's nothing that I'm like, oh yeah, like that's what I want to do.
Like with college, a lot of people get degrees they don't even use. Like you don't have to. It's not. A lot of people make it seem like you're deciding what you're gonna do for your life, but you don't. It's just like a credential basically. If you decide to like use it.
Yeah, that's true. I do feel
I could get my degree and just go full YouTube after that.
Yeah, no, of course. But like, to me, it's like why spend the time going after a degree that I don't even think I'll use when I could be putting that time into chasing something that I do want to do. So that's kind of where my mindset's been. So yeah, that's why I'm either not going to take any classes next semester. I'm going to take like one very easy one.
You should take the race car design class.
You know, I just might. That's like mechanical engineering, like 400 level class. Yeah. All right. Dude, that'd be fun.
But I'll probably sign up for an honors class.
You have any ideas on like which ones yet?
I was going to do volleyball, but now I might replace that with an honors class.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, like, but I guess for the last few semesters, like I've kind of been like you know, I've been taking it extremely easy. And it partially was so that I could like spend time doing other stuff, which I have. But I don't know, I'm just ready to like actually like go for it basically. And just have some fun. And yeah, but speaking of that jiu-jitsu class that I was in, I guess I'm still in it. I was so close to dropping it. Like, I was like really like, I'm so done with this. And so I didn't go that one day, like 2 weeks ago. And that day, a guy in the class DM'd me on Instagram. Like, I don't know how he found me exactly, but he found me. And he was like, hey, like, I know you weren't at class, but do you want to partner with me? And I'm like, like, how do I tell this dude? And so, I don't know, at first I was like, maybe, but then it sounded like he really wanted it, so I was like, all right, like, I'll do it. And then the next class, I told him I wasn't going to be there, and I think, but I wasn't there. I missed 2 classes, and yeah, if it weren't for this guy, like, I would have dropped the class, like, without a doubt. So it's kind of interesting that he's like kept me in it. We have our test on Monday, so we're gonna have to do a bunch of like jiu-jitsu on each other, and get graded. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there was something else I was gonna say about that, but I don't remember. Yeah.
Okay. You could also, never mind.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're positive.
Okay. What is that thing?
Which, up there?
Yeah.
It's a panda head, I shot in my backyard.
Oh, nice.
Me and Josh got those like way back. Maybe you and I were in like 7th grade or something, just to like decorate.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I haven't had it out for a very long time, but I finally like I've been decorating this room a little bit. So I pulled it out. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
What have you been doing in the past few weeks for the time capsule part of this?
Also, yeah, I got to bring this up again. Like, I feel like the time capsule part of this, like all this is a time capsule. Like, if you think about it.
But we're just gonna be like with watching ourselves talk about stuff that
Yeah.
doesn't. I mean, because
I mean, literally.
I guess you're right.
Yeah,
but
everything.
It's still fun to like.
Yeah, it is.
Say what we.
So just what I did in the last few weeks. Well, okay. What did I do in the last week? Oh yeah, I turned 21. 21. So that's cool. I can finally start sports betting. So I'm gonna do that. I don't know how, but I'm gonna do it.
Better.
Yeah, better. I downloaded it, but I haven't done anything yet. We went bowling. I went bowling. You didn't go bowling. You ate breakfast instead, but it was a good breakfast. So
Yeah.
Respect.
Did the Mike Tyson fight happen before the last podcast?
Yeah.
So you talked about it?
Just a little bit, but it's still an interesting topic, and like I feel like the topic to me ties into like hate, the topic of hate, which like is always very intriguing to me, like hate online and stuff, and respect, like because both of those things like like when it comes to that event, like personally I'm like, wow, like they did something pretty big there, like I forget what it was, like over 100 million people watching, like that's kind of crazy. Just like a bunch of records broken, and like got a lot of attention to some like women boxers, and like just like good for the sport in general and stuff. So I don't know, I'm really tired, but I do like I'm really intrigued by on both of those topics, like just the idea of like for one, this has been something I was thinking about, like I think it's probably impossible to be respected by everybody, like even everybody that knows of you, like it's probably impossible. It's probably not even a healthy thing to strive for, and just like not even worth it. And like I feel like I feel like the most like respected people in like pop, like in culture, whatever, are those who are somewhat mysterious and don't do much. Like they don't take much action, like which makes them very easy to like, because like you don't know much about them. I feel like oftentimes the more you know about people, the more nuance you see, and they become kind of a normal person, and you might respect them in this way but not in this way. I don't know, it's just interesting to me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true. Like when I think about it, like for example, Michael Jordan, he stays pretty far away from like social media and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's got a lot of respect.
Yeah, 'cause he's mysterious. And he's also a goat.
Why were we talking about that?
Oh, because Jake Paul.
Oh yeah.
Just because that's definitely a part of the like conversation when it comes to hate and respect and stuff. Like,
And who in this case, you're saying Jake Paul's getting hate, Mike Tyson's getting respect, or what?
Yeah, like, but more so, yeah, I feel like Jake's gotten a lot of hate like over the years and stuff, and I don't know. It's just also interesting to me, like is, I don't know, like, I think like sometimes when I'm not so tired, we should talk about this again. But like, it's just like fascinating to me, and like, oh yeah, I think I told you this. Like I've heard him compare himself to Muhammad Ali, because apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently Muhammad Ali was like hated back in the day, like when he was like punching people and stuff. And nowadays, obviously, he's like such a legend. Like people only have good things to say about him. At least I've never heard anything negative. And I think it'll be cool to see like if that's the case with Jake, if he's just an entirely different person, so that won't happen, or we're living in a new time, so that won't happen. Like, yeah. But a question I have, and I asked you this like a year or two ago or something, is there like, and the more I think about it, I'm like, this doesn't even make sense. but is there like, let's say is there something that anybody could do that in your eyes you'd be like, wow, you have my respect?
I think like if you get to the point where you've either become like so successful or wealthy or whatever to where you're just you're just taking care of a ton of people. Like you're taking care of a family,
Yeah.
and they're all just happy, and like you have the ability to do things that they want and like opportunities and stuff. Like, and you created all that pretty much. Respect.
That's awesome. I'm glad that I asked. Because that's cool.
Like, for example, that one like Chinese guy in the Marcos video.
Mm-hmm.
I like respected him. Like I could tell whatever like invention that was. I think it was like a COVID test or something.
Yeah.
Like that set him, probably made a lot of money off of that.
Yeah.
And he seemed like they had a really expensive house and stuff. And same with, and I don't know, maybe his wife also helped with that, or like maybe she's the one that invented it and he took credit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But and then also that like the other guy in that video that he made art for, like that one guy from Egypt.
Oh yeah, that was such a nice family.
Yeah. So I respect that a lot. And then also athletes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was telling you this when we were at the Lobo game, like the Lobo basketball, like and Donovan Dent. Like just Donovan Dent.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first, it started to go down a little bit now, like my respect, but not for him.
I'm walking off.
Just that man actually just left.
Continue.
Like so when I was a freshman, I just thought that was amazing. Like it's just the best. I think because at that time the best basketball. I'd been to Lobo games before, but like the best basketball I've ever seen, like highest level basketball.
Mm.
And like you just tell they've been playing basketball at a very high level for such a long time. Like when Donovan Dent is dribbling the ball, like it's like it's like attached to his hands.
So let me get this straight. So like either probably can't hear because I'm doing stuff. So either making a lot of money and being able to take care of people in your life, like a good amount of people in your life, or
and like set them up so they have lots of opportunities and like can live comfortably.
Yeah, or being very skilled at something. In the public eye?
Well, specifically, yeah, like I respect people that are really skilled, but like athletes.
Okay.
Like, yeah, when you just see someone who's just truly great at something, that's amazing.
Yeah. But do you respect them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested in asking more people that, and I feel like as I've thought about it more, I've become a little bit less interested just because maybe it doesn't even matter. But I'm still interested in hearing what people have to say about that. Yeah.
And also just being like a kind person.
Yeah.
Because even if you were very like wealthy and you set up your family for life
and
or whatever,
Donovan Dent.
but you're just like egotistical jerk,
Mm-hmm.
then it's harder for me to respect a person like that.
Cool.
But yeah, like kind and humble.
I like that. Yeah. Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, I'd say probably for me the first thing that would come to mind is somebody that just sets out to do something like really ambitious. For me, that's one of the first things that comes to mind. And then of course, actually achieving it, like that's awesome. And then, yeah, I'd say somebody who's like genuinely trying to like just give back to the world, like maybe even more than they got, but really just trying to spread goodness, I guess. And yeah, I think humble is like one of those things that's like, it's very like up there. Like it's, for me, it's not necessarily something like, I wouldn't like lose respect for somebody for not being humble, but I probably respect them a tiny bit less. So yeah, like definitely like somebody's character, like if they just seem like a good person, then I respect them. Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
But yeah, also I kind of agree with like just being really good at something, because to me that kind of shows their dedication, like how much they've worked at something. But I don't know.
Yeah. I think someone with a lot of responsibilities too. It's easy to respect someone that's like in charge of like a ton of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. Fascinating.
Is my head bleeding?
I don't think so. If so, a very small amount. Let's see if there's other stuff. Yeah, Kendrick dropped an album yesterday. That's pretty cool. You've heard most of it now, I think. It's pretty good. It's Kendrick, so of course.
Oh
no.
I had my last differential equations exam, and I think it went all right. So I didn't have, for exams 2 and 3, I had a previous exam from the same professor, and that helped me a ton because they're basically exact. And then this one I didn't have a previous exam, but I studied a lot, and I think I might have messed up on a few things, but it shouldn't be a ton of points off. So I think it's safe to say, assuming I don't bomb the final, that I'll probably pass this class.
Heck yeah.
And because when we started this podcast, I had just like bombed the first one.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
And like in that class, tests are worth like 80% of your grades. So
Wow.
it's pretty hard to recover.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks. So it was like a 43 plus 199. So that brought me up to like around the 80 in the class.
Nice.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
I'll probably stay around there, or maybe go up a little bit from this test. Yeah, probably go up a little bit because my average is probably gonna, yeah, it's just gonna go up a little bit.
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I also started playing intramural basketball with my brother, and we just so Ryan Daly asked my brother if he wanted to join a team, and my brother asked me, and so we just joined a team that was having problems with their players not showing up. So they're losing a lot of games. And so we went to the first game expecting it just to be like us, but there was like 7 other guys and we were really good. And so I think like our team was really good, they just weren't coming to the games. And like on that particular day, they just all decided to come for some reason. So we beat the other team by like 50, and then the next game we beat them by like 30. And yeah, it was really fun.
That's awesome. What made you guys want to start doing that?
I don't know. I'd been like practicing basketball, and my brother pretty consistently just plays basketball. And then, yeah.
That's cool. I know like you'd been talking about a bunch of different sports, and
Uh-huh.
I was interested, but we just never really did it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that you're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's still sports in the spring.
Mm-hmm. Like what? Flag football?
Uh,
It's a total guess.
I have no idea.
All right.
I know that was already happening, I think.
Maybe it's year round.
Perhaps.
Yes. I wrote down in my notes, I feel like it's kind of what you were saying about respect. Like, I said something like, this didn't even make sense when I wrote it. And again, I'm very tired now, so it'll make less sense. But, okay, yeah. I wrote down that, like people can always deny you being, of course, a perfect person, because what does that even mean? They can deny you being a great person. They can deny you being a good person. And they can even deny you being a decent person. They can deny you of, like, basically anything, like, which, like, makes total sense. It's like, obviously, if, like, somebody doesn't really know you, like, of course they're gonna, like, just, like, subconsciously or consciously judge you, like, based on what they know, like, what info they have about you. Like, that's how they'll kind of be like, do I respect this person or not? And then I wrote this, and I feel like this is kind of similar to what you were saying about making a lot of money. Like I said, like, but at the same time, people can't deny, like, for example, how much money you've made. Like that's something that's like there's no like work around that. You know what I mean? It's like a very solid thing. And some other stuff, including like good deeds that you've done. Like those are like actions that aren't like, oh, like in my opinion, you didn't really like build a school in Africa. It's like, no, like you did that. That's like, there's no debating that. That's what I'm trying to say.
I feel like some people can still find ways to.
That's true, but it's no longer like
You could say someone just doing that for views or attention or something.
Yeah, but I mean like just the actually doing of it. Like yeah, people could still put a bad spin on it, but like there's no more, in my opinion, like valid. Like you can't be like, no, he didn't do that. You can say it was bad that he did it because this and this, and he didn't think about this, and it's affected this, but you can't say he didn't do it.
Okay. Is there like another thing? So giving is to people in need. Is there like helping people? Is that's like something you view as just good?
I do.
Is there anything else in life that you think is there's just no debating? It's very good.
Let's see. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could give to people in a lot of different forms. Like, it doesn't have to be a physical thing that changes their life or whatever, just a physical thing. It could be like you're giving them support as opposed to hate or something, or you're giving them the benefit of the doubt, or you're giving them like you trying to understand them. Like, that's something that you're choosing to like give them, in my opinion. So I feel like most of, for me, good, like things that I think are pretty objectively good come from like trying to just help other people in any way, I guess. But I don't know. Who am I to say?
What kind of specific things would you want to do like that as far as helping people?
Like a bunch of stuff.
Like what?
Like all their stuff. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Well,
yeah, well, of course, like, of course,
so
it'd
many
be
different ways to
incredible
help
to be able to. Take care of my entire bloodline. I don't know. I just like, of course, it'd be awesome to be able to support like my whole family and like, like financially. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like that's always to me like been like a very clear like, and that's good.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And people can always hate on it, but I don't really care. But.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Like, is there, would you, besides that, like, would you just say, like, as far as helping or giving, like, would you just probably want to do that through charity or something?
Yeah, and this is a fascinating thing to me that I've thought about probably since I was like 18 or something, because to me, probably around then is when I started thinking about what I would ideally want to do in the world and whatever, like giving to people, like charities, like helping people in need, like helping the climate, helping animals, like all that type of stuff. This is a bit of a roller coaster, so hold on. And yeah, I realized that the best way to do that, at least I thought at the time, and I still kind of believe it, is to just make like a ridiculous amount of money. And then the question to me is, at what point, and I have no idea what the answer is to this, like at what point do you give stuff away? Because let's say I got onto Mr. Beast's game show and I made $5 million because I won. Do I immediately give away $5 million, or do I take that money, try to turn it into like 100 million and then give it away? Do I take that money, try to turn it into 2 billion and give it away? Like, it's like what's the number where, or is it like maybe more of a, you just always give, like, let's say if you got 5 million, you give away $1 million. If you got 10 million, give away like 4 million, like, and just slowly, as you get more and more wealth, give away more and more. I don't know. And because at the end of the day, if, like, in my opinion, if you waited until the last minute possible when you have like a ridiculous amount of money and then give it away, that's like doing the most good. And you won't look good because for a long time you'll look very selfish, but in the end you're actually being more selfless.
And do you think money is the best way to help people?
I think it's a very good way as of right now. I do think there's a lot of big world issues that are being solved, like some of the most basic ones, like people starving and stuff. Like that's something that people, almost everybody has access to. Like, I could be wrong, but I think we're very close to everybody having access to clean water and food. Like they're not living in a food desert or anything, or if they are, there's like, it's not really a desert anymore. So, but yeah, I still think there's a lot of things like that. Yeah, people that, you know, like funding research for science and like curing diseases and like all that type of thing. Like pretty much a lot of stuff in our world like runs on money. So I still think that's one of the best ways to help the most people is with a lot of money. But you can definitely help people in a lot of other ways. You can inspire them. Like that's massive too. So.
Have you watched any movies lately?
In my yoga class, we started watching A Christmas Story, or is that what it's called? A Christmas Story? Something like that.
With Marcus? Nice.
Yeah, shout out. If you're watching this, Marcus, you were a great teacher. Genuinely.
Yes.
Do you think he's watching?
He definitely would. Like, he would be one of those people if...
That's so nice.
If you told him you were doing it, he would watch it right away.
Wow. That's really cool. I believe that.
Yeah, there's 3 people right now that I know of that are genuinely very positive and happy and just amazing people.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just very positive and happy.
Okay.
One is Marcus, and like
Yeah.
if they were like together, like there's like a type. It's like a very rare type of person, and I've encountered like 3 of them.
Like in your entire
It's just
life.
impossible. I can probably think of more, but it's just impossible. Like they're always, whenever you're around them, there's never any like negative energy.
Wow.
Like they just brighten your day. Like they're just a positive person.
Yeah.
And so Marcus, like when you see him, he's always happy and like he'll ask you questions. And, like, he just never shows any signs of like being worn down or like.
That's so true.
It's just like his dopamine levels constantly maxed.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Overflowing.
I very much agree.
There's Dr. Martinez, who's one of my math professors that I've had like 3 times now, and yeah, he's the same way. Like most of the math professors and just professors in general are pretty dry, and you can tell they like are not completely enjoying their
They're not
job.
fully conscious.
Yeah, but Dr. Martinez is he just makes math so fun, and then another person is this guy that goes to our church, and yeah, he's Scott.
That's his full name? First and last?
Scott Blackwell.
Scott
Blackwell. Like, I feel like I haven't, like, interfaced with him as much, so it's hard to know how he is all the time, but whenever I talk to him, he's just, like, always smiling. I think smiling has a really big part to do with it, actually. But yeah, all 3 of them are just, like, very positive people.
Like they're pleasant to be around?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I can stand on Marcus. like he's very, it's so weird for me to call him that. I guess I don't really call him anything, but he's my yoga teacher. He's always like, yeah, sometimes he tells us what he did in the day, and like I'm thinking like, wow, that sounds like a lot, but he says it with such like a great attitude, and he's like, yeah, so this morning I got up and I went on a bike ride, and then I taught a swimming class, and then I taught a Pilates class, and then I did self-defense, and then I did ellipticals, and then I did like biking, and then I did a triathlon, and then I taught this yoga class, and then I'm gonna go lifeguard, and then I'm gonna punch you in the face, and then I'm gonna go bowling. Wow. And the whole time, like, yeah, he's doing every single move with absolute class. He's not shaking a muscle. Like, he is the smoothest guy out there on the yoga floor. It's really incredible to watch.
Yeah, he's he's also like, so he's teaching like 5 or 6 PE classes, and then he was just telling me about this job he was interviewed for, and he's gonna be the head of the like PE at UNM.
Hell yeah!
Just the head of PE.
I'm very glad. He deserves that. Like,
so
he's the perfect person.
And I'm sure like all the PE programs are gonna have like a positive change due to that.
Yeah.
Because he's like the type of person that needs to be like
restrained. Like
no, he needs to be in charge.
But
Like,
if he wanted to wreak some havoc
people like
on the
Marcus.
city, he would definitely be able to. Like, he's got that physical ableness. But
Probably. That's not really the point.
I know, but I thought it was important.
Uh-huh. Well, that's all I have to say about that now.
Damn, I genuinely think I messed up today, guys. I'm so sorry. He was about to spit some like true wisdom and positivity, and I just crushed it.
It's alright. It was funny though, so.
Okay. If you say so.
Like, probably for the people watching, like, probably meant more and like probably made them way happier. Because
I hope.
even if I was spewing like pure facts, they still have to digest it on their own, and like people don't really want to like
they want their
they don't really
brains
want
to
to change
rot.
their mindsets that much, like,
Which sucks.
like most people just want a good laugh, and I don't blame them. Like, I feel like a chuckle is much better than like I gotta lock in and like make like $1 million.
Yeah. But those are, we're not saying the same thing. A good chuckle is worth 1,000 bad like feelings. Like, if you have a stomach ache, like, I would rather have one good chuckle than even a second of a bad stomach ache.
Oh,
And so, like, I just think that you can have a chuckle, but still, like, have your mind opened a little bit and like think about things a little bit differently. And it doesn't have to be like oh, you need to like lock in and stop playing and whatever. It could just be more like, you know what? Like, yeah, I'm glad that you laughed, but also don't make fun of this redheaded kid on Instagram just because he's making videos that you think he's being too fake in or something. See, that's like kind of more what I was going for.
All right.
What'd you done in the last week? Any fun stuff? Or a few weeks?
I had 2 tests. I went to the Lobo game with you.
Yeah.
I don't know if this happened in the last 2 weeks, but I got in the sauna at my house with my dad.
That's so cool.
Like the first time for an extended amount of time.
Like, how long?
We were probably in there for like close to 40 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I sweat a lot. And then my parents and I went to Sadie's last night.
How was that?
It was pretty good.
Good.
We sat at the bar, so I had to use my ID.
That's sick.
And
Yeah.
I skateboarded a little bit a few days ago. That was pretty fun.
Nice.
I sort of sprained my ankle at the basketball, like, whatever, the intramurals, but it got better pretty fast.
Wow.
I've been doing some vertical jump stuff, trying to increase my vertical a little bit. Also some calisthenics stuff.
Oh, cool.
And Star Wars Outlaws. Good game. And then like, it's a very good game. I've really been enjoying playing it. And then I played a little bit of Watch Dogs last night. That game's also pretty fun. And yeah.
I thought you were going to say something like so outlandish, like one more thing that was just not true.
I know there's definitely more I'm not thinking of.
We like just filmed Jack's short film That was pretty fun. Was it 16 millimeter? I'm excited to see how that turns out.
Yeah, I thought it was very fun.
Yeah.
And particularly the location we were in was very fun.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah. I feel like that location was probably better in the end than
Yeah.
the first one Jack was thinking of.
Yeah.
And I thought that girl was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Whatever her name was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We also went to one of Lucas's performances, the orchestra.
Yeah.
And I go to a lot of those things. And because I think it's really cool, because I was, when Lucas was pretty new, he started lifeguarding after me. I was probably one of the first people to like show an interest in him and talk to him. And yeah, right when I found out he was a music major, and he's literally getting his master's in it right now.
Wow.
And he plays the cello. I just thought that was awesome, and I just asked him, and I said, if you ever have any performances, I'd love to go. And I think it's cool because a lot of times people say that kind of thing, and it's just sort of something you never do.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a kind gesture you offer, but never do it.
Yeah.
And like I actually followed up on it and kept asking him, and he finally. So I went to the first one, which was a smaller one, where it was just him and a few other people, and then I've been to like 3 or 4 of those orchestra things now. And now a lot of the other lifeguards like going, so I was like sort of started that.
That's very cool. Yeah, you influenced the culture at UNM, at least the lifeguarding culture.
Yeah.
It's now required that they attend symphonies and orchestras.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, because Andre was kind enough to bring me and Sean along, and I think like a lot of times growing up, like going to something like an orchestra was kind of boring for me. This time, like, it was fun. My mind just like wandered like crazy while they were playing. Like, it was kind of like a meditative state in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool. And I was really interested if it was just me or not. So right after, I asked you guys, like, what does your mind do during this? And you guys both said similar things. Like, so I'd definitely be down to go to more of those if they do any more. Yeah, it was cool. And it's definitely quite it's pretty cool to be able to go to that like for free, like a bunch of very talented musicians.
Like, I don't know if you'd been to an orchestra before, had you?
I think so.
Because I don't know if before Lucas's concerts, I don't know if I'd ever been to a full orchestra.
Maybe
And
not.
I think it's amazing to hear that many people play, and like together, and yeah.
That's cool.
Have you been like editing any videos or working on anything, or video juegos possibly, or anything?
I've not been playing any video juegos. I don't think so. I've been playing chess a little bit on my phone, and Boggle.
Nice.
I think that's it. Is it Boggle? It's something like that. But that's it. Videos, not really, no. But I've been like editing, nothing like that cool. But I'm about to get back on it.
Nice. Are you still trying to post once a week or whatever?
I'm gonna post a lot more than that, actually.
Cool.
I'm gonna start posting like almost daily.
Nice.
Maybe even daily if I feel like it.
Cool.
Yeah.
And
I'm very excited.
Have you, because I know at one time you either had an editor or someone who was trying to edit for
Oh
you.
yeah, yeah, on
Have you
TikTok.
ever considered like actually doing that?
Yeah, yeah.
That would save you a lot of time.
Yeah, I definitely have. It's like a very mixed thing because, like, yeah, it would save me a lot of time, and sometimes editing isn't something I want to do. But at the same time, it's really nice being able to like control it and kind of make this vision that I have come to life. So I think it depends on the video, but maybe like in the next 3 months or something, maybe if I'm like, all right, I need some help, then for like most videos, I could have somebody help me out. And then for the ones that I really have a specific vision, I'll just do my own myself.
Yeah, because I feel like if you were a full-time YouTuber and you wanted to do more crazy stuff in your videos, which would probably require more time that you wouldn't have to use on editing, that would be the thing to do.
Yeah.
So you could just focus on making the content of the videos as crazy as possible and not have to worry so much about editing.
Yeah, that's true.
And then, yeah.
But also part of me likes the simplicity of just like, it's so like, there's no need to like be communicating with like these other people trying to get something done, like, which is, it's not a big deal, but it's just very nice to be able to just all in my own, like, just me, like, just like, oh, I know I want to edit like this, so I'm going to film it like this, and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. Damn, I'm tired. Yeah, it's interesting, yeah.
I feel like I don't get tired. It's like I was literally falling asleep in the car,
Yeah.
but like mentally I feel fine.
That's weird. For me, like,
I guess sometimes I do. Like on that one, when on the way back from Wheeler Peak, yeah, mentally I was just dead. But most of the time I feel like I can like retain my brain.
yeah, I think I could definitely fake it better right now. Like, I haven't been doing very well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm basically asleep right now. And
Respect.
Thanks. Yeah, but like, would you rather that like that there are only like now, wait for it, 0 viewers watching, or would you prefer there be 70, or would you prefer there be 20, or would you prefer there be 100,000?
This is dead.
I think it's dead. That's all right. We got that.
I would probably prefer there be as many as possible.
Hey.
Wouldn't you?
Hey, everyone. What?
Wouldn't you?
You know, I don't know. Yeah. If I'm being real. Okay, honestly, I don't know. I don't know, Andre.
Why?
Because it's, yeah, like one thing that I think is super cool about this podcast, and we talked about it at the beginning, is just like, we're just being very real, because, especially without cutting stuff, like after we talked about that a bit, because for the first few episodes, I think I did cut out a few things. Now I pretty much don't cut out a single thing unless it's something specific that somebody asked me to cut out, or something where I'm like, I'm just like not ready to talk about this in front of the entire internet, you know? But that's been a very small amount of things. So it's cool to be like that real, and like I feel like that in itself is doing good, in my opinion. I feel like it probably will help other people's mental health a little bit by, you know, seeing some dudes on YouTube just like being somewhat realistic and not like all perfect and whatever. Yeah, so I do really like that concept, and it's like slightly intimidating, like imagining like a bunch of people watching, but yeah, no, I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And I think I might have said this before, but it's fascinating to me that what we do in the next, I don't even know, 8 months or whatever, like that'll dictate how many people watch this. Like, let's say I deleted the channel, then nobody would watch it. Let's say I made like banger after banger after banger, then like a lot of people could watch it.
What do you think I could do?
You could make banger after banger.
Oh yeah, and then like I would just have a following that would probably want to watch me in this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this isn't this isn't even like on my channel, so
It's not.
it's not on like Bennett Hart. It's on last year pod or last year podcast. I don't know.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I told you that.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, I figured it just makes sense to make it its own thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably gonna help, honestly, because it being like its own thing is definitely gonna help. Because if I saw a podcast, like several episodes of a podcast that just happened to be on your YouTube,
Yeah.
I think like, oh, this guy's just trying to make some podcasts now.
Yeah.
But if it's like a little channel called Last Year, I'd be like, oh, this is a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to the Recap podcast because when I was thinking this would be like a cool, fun thing to do, I found this podcast and I sent it to you. It's called the Recap Podcast. It's these two guys that look oddly similar to us. And they just recap literally everything that happened in the world, like in the last week or whatever. And it's very chill. It's very like real. And it was fun for me to watch, and it gave me like hope because like, I don't know, they're very consistent. They haven't posted in a while now, but it's just cool to see other people doing similar things. Yeah. Do you think? Okay, let me give you an example. It's so funny. Like sometimes this is probably very annoying to the viewers. Like the way I speak, like sometimes it's so like out of order. Like and stuff doesn't even make sense unless you listen for like 10 minutes, and then I might bring up what the original sentence should have been. There's definitely some people in my life that, at least right now in my head, I'm like, this is gonna be so like embarrassing and stuff when this like finally comes out, because I'm like worried about what other people might be thinking about me. But I don't think I should be worried. And like, so yeah, I went bowling today, and like some of the people there, like in my head, I was thinking like, bro, like this is gonna be so embarrassing. Like in the moment, I could not even fathom like being like, oh yeah, like I've started a podcast. Like I feel like that would be the most embarrassing thing. But like I think that all of them would definitely like support it because I think they're cool people and like just like kind and like supportive and stuff. And like definitely there's a part of them that love to like hate on that type of thing, which like I totally get it. But I don't know, it'll just be like, it'll be cool when this finally comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's there's nothing really to like be embarrassed of.
To me, it's like the thing that's probably the most embarrassing is like other people being like, wow, like this dude like thought he was so special that like he needed his own podcast. Like that's probably the biggest like.
But like people got to do what they want in life. You know?
Yeah. No, I definitely am glad that I'm doing it. It's just there's that little bit of like, I just imagine what people are probably thinking. But I'm not gonna let it stop me.
Yeah, I think that's the way to think.
Yeah.
It's pretty much impossible to completely cut out like any thoughts of what people might think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you know what you're gonna do for your photography assignment?
No, I've really been dropping the ball when it comes to, like for the last few semesters, that too, like I've just like, honestly, like towards the end, I kind of give up, like, because I'm like, what am I even doing here? Like, I don't want to be like grinding on something that I'm just so uninterested in. But I really have enjoyed this photography class, and I don't really have an excuse for not giving it my all right now. I have no idea. Like, I had an idea. Do you know when it's due?
I think for us, we present on Wednesday.
Okay.
And we might want to book some printing appointments as soon as possible.
Yeah.
There's going to be a whole lot of people wanting to print.
That's true. Yeah, I think I'll get started on that. You're taking pictures tomorrow night at the game, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I should probably text that one girl.
That'll be really cool.
See if she has any tips. But I think that's what I would want to do, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll either stick with my whole like context idea. Like basically my idea was that, you know, I guess I've had this belief for like, I don't know, at least a handful of years that if you actually took the time, or if you were able to get to know somebody better, you could come to think highly of them. Because I feel like as long as you have enough context, I guess I just believe that everybody is like what I would consider a good person, like trying to do good. And I think the only reason, you know, like good is like kind of a subjective thing for one. And then also like they might just not know like how it affects other people and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. I should probably talk about this so I'm not so tired.
I think you're onto something.
Yeah, I have much more to say about it. I guess I could say more now, but yeah, I just feel like if you know more about somebody, you can come to like them. And like I thought of this first when I was watching some TV shows a few years back, because that's the way like TV shows work. Like over episode to episode, like you just learn more about a person, and it could totally change everything. Like if it does a flashback and it shows you that like, you know, they killed like 1,000 people, then you're probably gonna think like, oh, this person sucks. But then another episode, it does an even further flashback, shows that all those people were actually killer robots trying to kill a bunch of baby turtles. And like, they actually also did some other good stuff. And it's like, your opinions will always change based on the amount of context and what context you have. At least I think that. And so I wanted to do my project kind of based on that, where I have varying levels of context, and I kind of wanted it to be like a bit of a sucker punch to like people looking at my photos, where it's like they draw some conclusion, but then if they think about it for just a tiny bit, like just a few seconds, they're like, oh wait, I got this way wrong. Or they look at the next photo and then they're like, oh yeah, I was way wrong about this. Like my initial, the way I saw this, like I was so wrong. Like I want to give people that like.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. So if I could figure out how to do that in the next few days, then I'll stick with it. If not, I have no clue. Maybe aliens.
Oh, that'd be cool. What like percentage would you say like the possibility of me like being an alien is?
And so by that you mean your origin is other than Earth? 50-50?
Like actually?
Okay, like I guess with everything, okay. Like I have very good reason to think that you're not, but at the end of the day, like
Yeah, there's no proof.
0. Yeah. So that's why I say 50-50.
Okay. And you actually mean it?
Like, well, it's one of those things that like one day I might say 50-50, the next day I might say I'm 99% sure that you're not. So, but yeah, I mean it.
Okay.
But I don't think you are, like, yeah. What do you think? Do you think I'm an alien?
I'd say there's like a pretty good chance.
Alrighty.
I also have like no reason to believe you are.
Hey, alien?
Yeah.
Huh, interesting.
But like, if you were, I wouldn't be too shocked.
Alright.
Not. I'm just.
No.
Just because like I don't. Maybe I'm getting tired.
No,
at this
come
point
on.
Too.
I need to hear this.
Okay, I have no idea why I said that. I'm trying to like think of another.
Rationalize it?
Yeah. I felt like I was on to something, and now I'm like, maybe not. Or maybe just because like there's just so many different possibilities for everything.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to be sure of anything.
Yeah.
So that's why I wouldn't be too shocked.
Yeah. It's like Sadhguru says, belief is just for solace. Yeah.
Do you think it's better to have an extreme amount of knowledge or hardly any?
Depends what you mean by better. Like, I think you'll have a more peaceful existence with barely any. But I don't know, maybe the piece that you could reach with a greater amount of knowledge would be much more valuable. What do you think?
I don't know. I wasn't laughing at what you were saying. I was just laughing, like, thinking about, like, either, like, us in the future watching this or, like, Jack in particular watching
Yeah,
this.
he'll tear us apart.
Like, I can just, like, already hear
will.
him saying, like, what are you guys talking about?
There's no way he's gonna watch this. I think he'll watch the first, like, 2 minutes of the first episode, and then he'll skip through, like, random ones. Like, maybe. But who knows? I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I've, like, witnessed Jack, like, evolve in the last, like, 4 months, which is pretty sick.
Huh.
So, shout out Jack. Bro fist. I don't know. Anything else you want to hit on tonight?
Do you have any predictions for your future self?
No. I don't want to. Right now, at this moment, I don't
Even
even.
any just, like, small stuff?
Huh. I don't know. I feel like sometimes you ask me this, like, at the end of the podcast, and, like, I guess I'm just looking forward to, like, making more videos and finally putting together videos that, like, I've wanted to finish for a long time. So I don't know. I'm just looking forward to it, and hopefully by the time this comes out, you'll have done some of that.
Okay. Yeah. For myself, I'm gonna say right now, you're probably, or I'll say the car, the BRZ right now, if you still have it, will have approximately 13,302 miles. Actually, yeah.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Do you think you will have more free will in 1 year? Because I know that you don't feel like you have total free will right now. I'm pretty sure, at least.
I'd say maybe a tiny bit.
More? Are there certain steps that you're going to take to do that, or you think it's just going to happen?
I don't know. Probably just gonna happen a little bit.
Okay. If you thought that taking certain steps would get you more of that freedom, would you take them in this next year? Like, let's say that meant just starting to be like, I don't know, just to speak your truth a little more, like, to people around you. like whoever you think is holding you back or whatever, if you just started being more real with them and, like, telling them, like, no, like I want to do this, or I don't want to do this type of thing.
You're saying if I thought that would help, would I do it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right.
I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty content right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I was asking. That's good. Cool.
But I do hope I figured out something cool to do over the summer, like whether that's an art residency, study abroad, REU, or just going on a trip.
Or just being shot out of a cannon at 250 miles per hour.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Should we call it?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I don't know why it's, like, hard now.
I don't know.
I think you gotta, like, cup it a little bit more.
Okay. Wait, this kind of hurts.
Like, just sort of, like, relax it. But, like, just enough structure to create the sound.
Yeah. I mean, I know what I'm doing.
All right.
Are we taking it?
Yes.
Cool. Thank you. I'll let you finish it off since you started it.
All right.
Don't forget to plug the next video for them to watch.
All right.
Uncle Steve should be in episode 11.